Hi, I just wanted to talk a little bit about caretaking and how, we say we're taking care of the earth, but we're taking all these lives, to build our shelters, to burn our fires and things. And I just wanted to share a little bit of the process that we go through in making decisions about, what, what, how we can meet our needs, but also things that are helping the forest. So in this ridge, there's an awful lot of small saplings, young trees. And it's a very high canopy, and when the leaves are on, it's very dense and dark under here. That's why there's not a lot of undergrowth. So these young trees are competing a lot for the resources, for sun, for nutrients. And so this is like a perfect example. We've got a really large tree and two saplings. So this would be a place that I would come to determine if one of these might be a good tree to take. If there's deadwood, a lot of my shelter is deadwood, but the things that go around, they have to be able to bend, so that needs to be a living tree, a green tree. So we actually have to take, a tree's life to do those. So for caretaking, a lot of times these two trees, you might think, well, one's going to win. In the animal kingdom, the stronger is going to get more resource and they're going to win. In the plant kingdom, these guys are all competing for the same thing. So what we found a lot is like these two, we'd find two saplings next to each other and both of them are dead. Because they really need, nobody's getting everything they need. So by taking one life, you're giving the other lives a better chance of survival and thriving. So this would be a place that we'd come and we'd take a look. And for us, caretaking isn't just about the head going, okay, look, there's these two trees. This one's a little bigger, so it's, it's in better shape. It should stay. We'll take this little guy. We really believe that the trees, just like an animal, they have a longing to live. They have an awareness. There's a lot of scientific evidence now that plants feel pain. They recognize emotion. So there is, even though it's different than ours, there's some kind of consciousness within these living things. And so, what I would do, and I wouldn't be wearing a glove, I would come and I'd touch it because that physical contact just connects me to this tree. And just in my heart, I would ask it if it's willing to give its life. For me, for the shelter, and for what we're trying to teach here, all the lives that we're going to touch in the future, to give its life so that, the forest is healthier, that its brothers and sisters here will have a better chance of living. And then, there's a lot of ways that you can listen, but really, if you just open your heart, it's not like you're going to hear a word, but you'll have a feeling. If you get a tightening, it might be saying, no, I want to live. But a lot of times it's like, there is a willingness to give up its life. And it is always humbling and truly beautiful that, out in the human world, we're all taking and grabbing and climbing over the top of each other. But the plants have so much to teach us about their awareness of the forest, their awareness of, the wholeness and their role in it, and that they're willing to give themselves, for a good cause, for their, the other plants and trees in the forest. And so then if we get, that this tree would be willing, then this would be one that I would harvest to use on my shelter. And so as we've worked on this, if you've seen the video already of my shelter, we had to take a lot of saplings. And you would think that all that death in this area would make the place feel worse, but that's the really beautiful thing about it, is that when you walk now out on this ridge where a number of saplings have given their life, everything celebrates that. It's like the forest knows that it's healthier. The forest knows that a life has been sacrificed for it. I know that lives have been sacrificed for me, so I hold that in my heart. And so the whole forest just has a very different feel. And that's, humans don't have to be a cancer on the earth. If we take just what we need and we do it in a good way, and that we're thankful for the gifts that we receive, we can really make a positive impact on that land that we exist with.